So I really wanted to do a comparison between XRP and Zebec Network, but honestly, after doing all my research and everything, I found that there's a lot of similarities between both of these projects. Just one's on a huge scale and one is getting ready to scale huge. So if that makes sense, make sure you guys watch all the way through to the end, please. Obviously, my main goal is to shed some light on XRP for you and Zebec Network and how they will be set up to dominate XRP globally, ZBCN and Zebec Network in the United States. And we're going to put some information out and get that to you in this video. So guys, this is not financial advice by no way, shape, or form. This is just some education behind XRP. We're going to talk about in Zebec Network. Never, ever, ever buy or sell anything that I talk about. You guys need to know what this info is all about. So make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, and that bell notification. All right, so getting right into it. As far as XRP goes, as far as pulling up as much information as possible, one of the biggest things that I've seen is that I believe February 28th is going to be a day where there's going to be a lot of money coming into XRP. I don't know. There's just no proof in the pudding, but this is just what's going on. It has to do with a launch that is very extremely important to XRP and the XRP ledger. Guys, if you notice that XRP has really built a real robust system, and, you know, not only setting themselves up in the United States, they set themselves up worldwide. You know, there's already talks of other countries starting to utilize XRP and the XRP ledger. Now, why I think this is important is that, you know, potentially XRP could over dominate or have a bigger dominance than Bitcoin, only because of the fact that the utility that XRP has set themselves up to have, as far as people being able to use it, basically empowering XRP as a new banking system. So this is really, really intense. I am an XRP holder. I've been an XRP holder. If you go through my videos back in a couple years ago, I was putting out XRP videos, but I grew, you know, to Jasmine. But now I'm starting to see that, you know, there's a cycle that's going to take place, and it starts with our top 20 potentially crypto tokens, and XRP is basically one of them. Now, how does even XRP and Zebec Network compare? Well, to be honest, as far as XRP goes, there's no comparison to what XRP set up, but you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar market cap project, XRP, versus, you know, a very small market cap of Zebec Network. However, I do believe Zebec Network will work its way up to getting into the billions of market cap valuation based on what, you know, they're really they're building. You know, it's just like XRP positioning themselves worldwide, going and fighting the SEC, and then obviously being able to operate in countries where countries are being dependent on XRP, when a lot of countries are dependent on Bitcoin. You know, there could be, as people are saying and proclaiming, that XRP will have trillions of dollars flowing into it. And the liquidity power has been built not behind retail investors, but institutional investors. And then they've also had, you know, money flow in through electronically traded funds and a lot of adoption. There's a lot of money that has flown and being poured into XRP. So with that being said, there has been some massive predictions of how high XRP can really go. And I think, you know, I have my speculation on where I believe that XRP can go. And I'm going to jump into that in a few seconds here. But you have to understand that XRP and with Zebec Network, there's not a big, it's a David and Goliath type battle, because, you know, XRP is a giant and it's been established. But I do believe that ZBCN, Zebec Network, will give XRP a run for its money. So looking at, you know, XRP, you know, in comparison again to Zebec Network, you know, XRP is at about $1.47. This is a weekly chart that I put up, but just to, you know, put things into perspective, you have a market cap of $89.66 billion in XRP versus Zebec Network, which has 5.88 million. Guys, I don't mean to chuckle, but what I'm trying to show you is that there's a huge difference between the market cap. But, you know, sitting at $1, you know, Zebec Network sitting at 0.002. Guys, to accumulate this would be wild, right? Especially if we could see ZBCN, Zebec Network go to $1.47. That would be huge. But if you look at the charts and you pay attention, to what the charts both look like. This is XRP's chart, and then this is Zebec Network's chart. They look both mostly the same, right? So the same type of action with the price has been going on for both of them. Now, obviously, the market cap is extremely huge, but for XRP, let's take a look at. So that high of market cap was about $214 billion with a price tag of about $3.62. And we're down to about 89 billion in market cap for XRP. For Zebec Network, with them having a high, they had about 557 million into a market cap with a price valuation of 0.006. Now, this is where I'm trying to tell you is that, you know, there's a huge opportunity for Zebec Network to break out with utility. And that's what's going to drive this 100 billion ZBN supply to go up, right? So we have more room to run with price in Zebec Network than we do with XRP at the moment, because you're talking 89 to 200 billion, right? And, you know, only from 300 million for Zebec, 200 million to about, what did we say it was? About 300 million or 500 million in market cap. So the ROI between Zebec Network going up and XRP going up, you're going to have an opportunity to collect more return on investment if you're invested in Zebec Network. Now, if this is not, you know, a roll of the dice token into that nature, right? The only reason I'm really saying it about Zebec Network is because it's not just a roll of the dice type project. It's a project that has a lot of utility that's built in it, but we need XRP to really start kicking in an overdrive before we can see Zebec Network start to work, right? Because we need XRP is going to be basically is becoming the North Star. And that's what I've been trying to tell people, is that XRP is actually, it's going to be more utility than Bitcoin could ever possibly give to the crypto space. XRP needs to start working and operating through multiple banks before ZBCN or Zebec Network could actually start working, because what XRP is going to create a system, and it's going to give opportunities to DeFi centralized banking institutions like World Liberty Financial. There's many DeFi banking system tokens, but World Liberty Financial is geared up to start supporting in the United States. I think there's a lot of backing. You got Elon Musk creating a system for crypto to be used. You have Mr. Beast creating a system for crypto to be used. You have MicroStrategy, all these big companies. You have Kathy Woods, you know, all these big investors pouring into cryptocurrency and really pushing XRP to start scaling on a massive level. If this is not financial advice, this is what I plan to do, is to start buying World Liberty Financial, XRP, Zebec Network, all these banking, not all of them, but banking, institutional, decentralized finance, which is World Liberty Financial, XRP, QNT, XLM, HBAR, all these companies, even Cellframe, guys, Cellframe. I'm going to do a video on Cellframe because quantum computing is coming out, and it's coming out fast. So you need to really prepare yourself, build an ecosystem that's going to drive XRP, that's going to drive, you know, the decentralized finance institutions, and payroll. Zebec Network and payroll is going to be hot off the charts, man. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. But Zebec's going to push its way up. So being in Zebec at 0.002, that's a blessing in disguise, man. So guys, I hope you like this video. I'm trying to get my voice back. It pisses me off every time I do a video, but make sure you guys are lucrative about investing in what's going to make money in the future, guys. Take care. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I love you guys. Take care. See ya.